man?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Oh, just feeling all fresh and cleaned up.
So fresh and so clean?
Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I don't mean to alarm you, but I am sitting with my shirt off. Just full disclosure here.
I'm sitting in my backyard smoking a cigarette and a towel.
Damn, you beat me.
I'm wearing nothing but a towel. That's your poison one, it's that.
All right, so I'm going to jump right in here to these exclusive questions that no one will probably ever ask you again in your life.
Sweet.
How did Skipjack form?
How did we form?
Yes. So going all the way back, how did you guys first get together? How did you guys decide, let's be a band? Are you an original member?
Yeah. I'm the unfortunately the last one. I was in another band that had some pretty decent success that I played bass for, just like in the San Diego area in the mid '90s, and the core of the band was like the guitar player, singer guy, and we had a bunch of shows coming up supporting. I believe it would have been, if my time serves me correct, I believe it would have been the Lagwagon Trash album. And in the midst of getting ready for it, like saving up all my money, as like was recently out of high school for gear and all the stuff to do it, he decided to go backpacking in Europe, and he was going to move to Oklahoma and stay with his family to save some money, and basically put the car wash on everything like a week before. So there was me and a couple guys just sitting around and some friends from school. So I recruited a bunch of youngsters from high school that were a year behind me that were still in high school. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty much it.
Nice.
No. And I'm actually the original drummer.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm actually the original drummer. On our demo, I played drums.
Wow. How did you also sing on the demo?
No, I don't think I did any singing on the demo.
So
I just played drums, and I only learned how to play drums because I couldn't find a drummer anywhere. So I just listened to the Recipe for Hate album like 10,000 times, and we went into the studio and recorded. So everything sounds like the beginning of Recipe for Hate on the drums. Same intro, every song.
So
still the same way I play drums when I get on a drum set. I can play Recipe for Hate. It's amazing.
How did you make the jump from drummer to singer?
Yeah, the I'm no Pavarotti, but the singer, that had to go. Like it was time. It was pretty bad. I mean, I'll send it to you. Nobody has it. It's like the most hidden freaking thing, most embarrassing thing on earth. But I'll send it to you. It's pretty ridiculous.
Awesome. Now you're a classically trained singer, correct?
Classically trained? Yeah, and late nights and smoking and chronic black coffee drinker. I'm very classically trained.
So you guys have this new record out on Felony. How did you guys hook up with Felony?
How did we hook up with Felony?
Yep.
Well, we heard on the World Wide Web that Ron was very quick to tell a joke or light up a smoke, and so we just went, hey, that's our guy. No, I think that's Billy Joel. I've known Ron on and off, but we played some of the first shows with some of the Felony bands. I want to say it was 2009 maybe, with Eck and His Dead, and Raised by Apes, and a couple other bands I think that are slipping my mind. And I knew him. We had mutual friends in the fact that he was working a little bit with Poor Habit, and Colin from Poor Habit is a drummer on our second record.
Okay.
So we kind of kept a relationship through a mutual friend, just kind of an online deal. And me and Colin and Eric and one of the old guys from Skipjack had a little side band going on just before Poor Habit did their thing with those guys as well. So just kind of, just a bunch of common, mutual friends. And then shopping through probably 4 or 5 labels, hearing offers and ideas and getting advice from other labels and stuff. It was actually that the It's Not Dead Fest this year. I wasn't going to go, and Ron had asked me a couple days before, like, "Hey, you coming out to the shows?" And then it dawned on me, I haven't talked to Ron about it yet, and maybe I should just talk to him. We could just cut through the chase. He's a cool guy. It'd probably be simple. I'll just talk to him. Because he was kind of, he'd throw little band advice at us here and there. And it was always kind of like real encouraging stuff that kind of made sense. So he was actually on stage filming, I think, The Descendants, and he came over and gave us a hug, and it was the way I always tell it, it was pretty British. Like, "Hey, dude, you should do our record." "Yeah, I should." Well, okay then, cool. Well, I'll get back and I'll send it to you. "Oh, okay, that's it." Yeah, very, very, just like that. Not much conversation, and super supportive so far. He's gone. Him and Chris have both gone above and beyond anything that we would have asked of any of the other labels. It's all been their ideas. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember I was selling an amp to help pay for our mixing, and I posted a thing on Facebook after I'd sold it, and Ron messaged me saying, "Always come to us first before you go hawking your shit." And like, just that right there is like, God, that's fucking huge. Just to have them, just to know that they're there, just in case.
Yeah, talk about the quickest point between A and B. Like,
right.
I was sending emails last night, actually having to do with your T-shirt idea. To be honest with you,
yes.
I'm like, I'm having some lettering problems, and he's like, "Well, dude, all you got to do is do this. Just email me the file, and we'll take care of it. It's cool. If I have a question about anything, no matter how many times I've done it or whatever." If I drop him a single text message, there's like a simple solution for almost anything. And that's been pretty rad.
Now, a question. When you make those shirts, any way I can get a personalized one where you get the number on the back and the name?
No, dude, for sure.
How do we do that?
Just tell me what number and stuff you want, and I'll hook it up for sure.
Wells 33, man.
33?
Of course.
All right. Hey, I told him we're not going to go with the hat idea, because we already have like a ton of money invested in some other stuff or whatever. But I told him we're going to make you a hat.
I just need a T-shirt.
Yeah, well, you're getting a hat too. So.
Awesome. So now the album, I was told you actually recorded that yourself.
Yeah, that was a big step this time. I've been recording bands for probably, I don't know, 15 years or so, and I've done tons of bands, but I've always kind of thought that in one way or another, it was kind of a conflict of interest. Like, if we all sat down to record a record, that me engineering the record or producing the record, it would put me in that even more of a dictator position than I already am, and it would cause everybody to hate me even more, and it just wouldn't turn out right. And I just wanted to be able to, go somewhere, share my ideas, and okay, it's all done. We kind of all did it, same pace.
Right.
We're all on the same level. Well, the downside to that thing is the guy who basically held our hand in the beginning, which is like great producer Jeff Forrest, did a lot of like the old Blink-182 stuff, and just tons and tons of the stuff in the 90s from here. He did our first 5 records and basically taught us all the fundamentals of recording up and down, and we learned everything from Jeff, and he's just the best guy, super, super awesome guy. But having, really taking directions from somebody else the entire time, it's not that likely that you're going to end up with that product at the end that totally represents what you set out to do in the first place.
Right.
So I thought the last couple records, the there's always like a lot of emphasis on, you know, your pitch and, you know, sing this correctly, and this is how this note of your voice should be. So basically, when the whole thing's done, you have a bunch of really energetic, pissed off songs with some guy singing like a 13-year-old over it. And, you know, just trying to like hum perfect notes out, and the energy's gone. Right. You know, so there's like, out of the first 5 records, there's probably 5 songs that I like, you know, now. And so this time around, it was, we own all the stuff. We can do it all all ourselves. We have the experience. Chris, our lead guitar player, is he's like crazy trained. You know, he's gone to school for music. He's a really good engineer himself, sound guy, producer. So it wasn't just me. Okay. Jordan also went to school for audio engineering. So everybody kind of was able to throw in their own thing and kind of work together on it. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't so much me calling the shots. Like, everybody knew what they were doing. And, like, there wasn't anybody there that couldn't just grab the controls and make some changes or make some edits or, you know, so it was the same sort of feel as to going into another studio and doing it all together, except we were all able to go kind of above that. You know, we were able to turn our own knobs, I guess. So
did you take it into an actual studio, or were you guys able to do this out of your practice space?
No, we did it in a few different places. No recording studios. It's very, very unorthodox. Usually, like, our old practice space was a giant. Basically, it was a recording studio that we would practice in. But we long moved out of there and went into like a small practice studio as I kind of got out of the recording business for a while. Mm-hmm. So we didn't really have like a large space to do it. So there was a building behind Chris's house where we went in and we mic'd everything up and did the drums in there. And then we did some guitar tracks in there. And then we would bring the stuff back to my house, roll it all into my living room, use some of the closets for, you know, recording amps or bass amps. And then in the middle of the process, Chris moved to Utah. So what he was doing is recording guitar files in Utah. And he would email me the guitar files, and I would edit them into the mix here.
Oh, wow.
So it was, you know, there was like something that was out of tune that you couldn't really fix, or this and this and that, you know. We'd be able to do it online with each other to make all the switches pretty crazy, like reamping stuff, taking a clean file that he would email me and then send it back through an amp here and re-mic the amp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then with not trying to sound, you know, like I wanted to kind of sound like crappy normal self and not just kind of hum notes out, so I would basically some days just wake up and sing a little bit. If I liked the way it sounded, I'd keep going. If I got a verse, okay, cool. You know, I got a verse, I'll try something else tomorrow. And half of it I basically wrote while we were recording as far as the vocals and stuff. We had a lot of the music demoed out, but it was kind of just a crazy unorthodox way to do it, you know, but it was comfy and it was kind of fun that way. There's zero pressure whatsoever. You know, I remember telling Ron when he'd asked us at some show, so you guys almost done? Yeah, you know, we got like a couple songs that we're gonna, you know, we got to mix a couple songs, and that's pretty much it. And it was like 3 or 4 months before we actually. It was like 3 or 4 months later. I don't know how many songs I'd be saying 10 more times, and we had emailed, you know, back and forth some changes or like the last minute drum sounds and all that stuff. So what I did is I made a 32-bit master at the end. I mixed it and I mastered it, the 32-bit master, and then we sent it to Electric Lady in New York, and they split it up into they made a finalized version of my 32-bit master, and they made a 16-bit master. for vinyl and digital. So that was really the only help that we really had on anything, is they were able to give us a 16-bit version.
Okay.
So without any level changes or sound changes or anything like that. So it's pretty much 99.9% all us on this one.
Okay, awesome. Now, in writing the song, you mentioned you wrote the lyrics. Do you write the music as well, or how does the music writing go?
No, it was actually pretty rad this time, because on all the other Skipjack records, we had really good players, but I wouldn't, not really the best of writers, and I would end up, if we had like a month of downtime or, a couple months where there wasn't any shows going on, I'd get bored and sit at my house with recording stuff, and I'd write 5 or 6 songs, or 10 songs, and they would eventually become Skipjack songs. So by the end of the record, they were all my songs that, other guys would add leads to, or they'd screw with the drums or something like that.
Right.
But this time around, we went through a pretty serious lineup change, and when we got Chris, Justin, and Jordan in the band, Chris is probably like the best songwriter I've ever played with. Like, smallest idea, and that guy will just riff at you all day long and turn the smallest thing into the most brilliant song. And he'll send you a song with guitars and a vocal melody or vocal lyrics if you need him to. And the same thing with Jordan. Could pump out probably 10 songs a week that are all, you have to siphon through them because they're all good. And Justin was also a lead singer of a band and had lots of experience writing. So on this record, I think there's only 3 of my songs made it, I believe. And the rest, the majority of them are all Jordan and Chris. I think maybe 3 of the songs or something, I think Chris wrote the lyrics to as well.
Okay.
So it was kind of cool. I didn't do, it wasn't all on my plate this time around. It was very awesome. They're way better songwriters than I am.
Do you feel less pressure because it's not all you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But it's not, it's a lot less pressure, but at the same time, like a couple days ago, I hadn't been feeling good. I got a little concussion deal, so I was stoked. Like, just kind of want to sit on the couch and play some guitar. Oh, I got some ideas and kind of knock out some stuff, and I'm super stoked on it. And I record it, and I hear it a couple hours later. I'm like, oh, I don't think it's as good as their stuff. Like, I'll hold it, but I'm going to get to practice, and they're going to have 5 more songs that's going to smoke this. I'm not going to want to play this idea.
You better be careful if they find a better singer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good thing I have that trademark thing on.
I was gonna say, do you have anything worked with that?
Yeah. I did that in I think 97 or 98. I got that all squared away. We had to go through a couple little battles with some European bands over the name and dealing with all the cease and desist orders and all that stuff.
What does Skipjack mean? Is that something that is that an obvious thing that I should already know?
No, it's a super lame story. But to make a really ultra long lame story short, I used to be super into fishing when I was younger, and when we got this band together, we'd been playing like a month or something, and we'd thrown back and forth just a million of the absolute most horrendous names you've ever heard in your life. And I went on a fishing trip it was a tuna trip, and we went down into Mexico for a couple of days, and everybody caught all these crazy tuna, and I caught these little crappy skipjack, and I got kind of laughed at the whole time. Came back home, practiced for a couple of weeks, and we were still trying to figure out names. And I went back on a fishing trip. On the way out, I kind of made a joke like, "Oh, yeah, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to catch skipjack, and they're going to catch big fish. We should just call the band Skipjack, because I'm just like, I'm like cursed or something." So I went on the fishing trip, came back. We're talking about names, and they were like, "Oh, I thought you said that we were pretty much going to stick with Skipjack, and I giggled. Okay, that's it. We'll just stick with Skipjack. Whatever, lame.
So it's a fish.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's a fish.
You could have made a long story even shorter by saying it's a fish.
Yeah, it's a fish.
Interesting. Awesome. Well, are you guys going to be doing any traveling during the coming months?
Yes, I know. I don't have any dates in front of me. I know that the Dearly Divided and Cast Off and us, and I think a couple other bands. I thought I heard your name at some point on something. We're doing a Northern California run, I think in like a month or something like that, San Francisco and Santa Cruz. And then I know we're in talks to get out from Chicago to Virginia Beach before the summer's over. And nothing really set in stone right now, just a ton of talking. So it's kind of probably in the next couple of weeks will be when all the summer stuff gets finalized.
Well, awesome. Look forward to it. Is there anything else you want people to know? Be about yourself, anything you're working on, anything Skipjack related?
Yeah, I think as far as what I would want anybody to know is they should go to thefelonyfamily.com and buy the new Emmer Effort 7-inch.
Yeah! I'm biased, but I think that's solid advice.
So I think that's good. If they want like 100 years of good luck, that's what I would suggest doing.
Do you guys have a video for the new album?
No, we're actually in the process of making one right now for Something to Believe in.
Okay.
So it should be soon. We were supposed to do that supposed to have it buttoned up around the time of our record release party deal, but didn't make that deadline. So I know we're going to do a couple more CD release parties. I think one in LA and one in San Francisco.
Word.
It'll probably be a combination of a little bit of footage from all of them mixed with some studio shots, I think is what we're waiting on.
Gotcha.
It's kind of tough because one of us lives in Utah.
Right.
So we only really see him at shows lately, and it's not even all the shows.
Yeah, no, he wasn't there Saturday, yeah?
Yeah, it was his grandmother's 100th birthday party.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was it was her 100th birthday or our 100th show in San Diego County. I'd go to my grandma's 100th birthday party.
Right. Utah or no Utah, yeah. He wasn't showing up.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for taking the time to speak with me. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thanks for fitting me in after Smelly. It's probably just totally like equally as exhilarating interview as Smelly.
Yeah, I went from Smelly to Al Jorgensen to you. Yeah,
you get Smelly to smelly old guy sitting on his patio in a towel. You're stoked. You're stoked.
Moving on up.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, I will talk to you later.
All right, man. Thanks, dude.
All right, later, dude.
It's just clear.